Hokkaido is cold. It's so cold that I'm about to freeze to death. But today, we're going to explore some of the most popular foods across the region and see how much awesome food we can eat. We're starting our trip here on Hakodate morning market. Lots of fish, absolute blizzard. Let's go and see some food. Hokkaido is Japan's second largest island in most northern prefecture and considered by many to be Japan's seafood capital, given it's one of the only prefectures in the country to have access to the Pacific, the Sea of Japan and the fertile fishing grounds of the Tsugaru Strait. However, it's not just seafood. Hokkaido is also the home of miso ramen and is Japan's dairy capital, producing over half of the nation's milk. Joining us on our trip is real-life American boy and, dare I say, friend, Chris Okano, the cameraman. So the main thing in Hakodate is the fish. You can't go anywhere without seeing fish. Lots of crabs as well. So we're going to try a bit of crab, some crab's legs, and just lots of fish. It's about, 9:30 a.m. in the morning now. Ask most people what dish comes to mind when they hear Hokkaido, and that dish will usually be crab. As you wander through Hakodate's morning market, you're presented with an endless supply of crabs, with exciting sounding names like snow crabs and king crabs, which are recognisable for their terrifyingly long legs, which when spread out can reach up to a metre in length. That said, there's no doubt the creature is a truly crab-tivating sight. Fun fact, that's the second best crab-related pun in this video. Absolute blizzard outside, but we're here in our first place to try our first dish of the trip, which is some crab's legs. I say that's the first thing we're going to eat today. I've already had my first snack of the day, which was some squid with sesame seeds in it. A guy at a market stall kind of lured me into eating it. I don't really like squid. It's got a very strong, pungent kind of scent to it, and but I bought it just to be nice. Looking forward to crab. Are you looking forward to crab, Chris?
Yeah, man.
He's already full of crab.
Nice. 1, 2, 3.
Crab's legs have just arrived. It looks and smells fantastic. She lifted off the lid and a whole cloud of steam just sort of rose up. Only thing is, I don't know how to eat it. How do you eat it? It's like watching a medieval king. Like tear apart a chicken or something. What a disgrace.
That's how you eat it, Chris.
Do you eat crab often?
In Japan, not so much. Hard to find in Japan, actually.
Pretty good. Actually, it almost has the texture of chicken. Chicken breast. It's a pretty bad description of crab, isn't it?
Yes.
Very succulent, very juicy, very fresh. I literally saw the crab get killed about 10 minutes ago, so I feel a bit guilty. But guilt aside, so we've got the plate of crab's legs, freshly grilled, and we've got a donburi, kind of a mixture of different fish on a bed of rice. We've got salmon, salmon roe, and hotate. Usually you dip the fish in the soy sauce, then eat it. What you're supposed to do here is put the soy sauce in the bowl with some wasabi, mix it up, and then pour it over the fish. So that's the first time I've ever done that. That was supposed to be a really slick shot. We poured the soy sauce and wasabi on, but I just tipped it all over the table. Anyway, somebody had told me a few years ago I'd be eating raw fish for like breakfast quite often. I don't think I would have believed them, but after living in Japan for a few years, you really do get used to it. Although I'm still getting used to salmon roe, salmon egg. Very, very kind of salty. I feel like I'm being bullied today, because Chris is behind the camera just laughing at me as I eat. What is that?
Dude, they're camera gloves.
Camera gloves?
Yeah, so you can easily hit the buttons with these two fingers.
Oh, you're a genius.
Yeah, I know.
Except you're not. Found a statue of Chris, the cameraman. Do you look a bit like that? Watermelons?
Can you?
Oh, it's probably must.
Yes, number 1, 3.
Okay.
2 piece, 1 piece.
1 piece.
Okay, 250 yen. Oh. このままもうジャスイン。
Thank you very much. 何時まで開いてますか？
はい、もう終わります。
あ、もう終わります。
30 minutes.
Oh, 30 minutes. The market shuts around midday. The best time to get here is about 8 to 10 a.m. Didn't think I'd be eating a cantaloupe at fish market. That's a really weird line. That just sounds really wrong.
Hokkaido's Yubari melons are famously some of the most expensive fruit on the planet, famed for their almost perfectly round appearance, making it a popular gift amongst friends and family. And whilst the slice of cantaloupe I bought cost just 250 yen, that's a drop in the ocean compared to the price of 2 perfectly round Yubari King melons which were sold in an auction last year for the obscene sum of 3 million yen. I just hope the perfectly round melons were worth it, although call me Mr. Cynical, I can't see how they were at all really. It's just fruit, isn't it? But what do I know?
Got a little bucket to wash your hands afterwards as well. Very convenient. And it's warm water. My hands are freezing, so that was quite refreshing. Ja, ska så som nästa måste.
If you're a lover of all things ramen, Hokkaido is one of the original homes of miso ramen, with a rich, tangy broth containing oily chicken or fish, and often with dairy products such as butter within, typically with a bit of corn on as well. And whilst Hokkaido is famous for miso ramen, different regions across the prefecture also specialise in their own variants. Here in Hakodate, for example, the local specialty is Shio ramen, literally salt ramen.
So of course the two most popular flavours of ramen in Japan are miso and shoyu. My favourite is shoyu. This is salt ramen, shio ramen. I don't think I've ever had it before actually, because it's quite rare to be found throughout Japan, but in Hakodate it's the kind of local famous food. Oh. You ordered 2?
I thought it was 2 in one bowl, but it's actually 2 separate. Whoops.
So Chris accidentally ordered 2 portions. He thought it was just going to be a big bowl.
No, so this says 2 people's worth, right?
Yeah.
So typically, if you get 2 people's worth, it just means 2 noodle in one bowl. But they actually gave me 2 bowls, both with multiple broth.
The verdict.
That's good.
Compared to soy, like shoyu.
I kind of like it actually. It's really light. So typically, you have like what? You have shoyu, miso, or now salt, I guess. Salt was obviously the lightest taste. Miso and shoyu being more heavy, a lot more fatty too. This is very clean taste, very smooth, I think.
The broth is pretty good, but it's not quite strong enough in flavour for me. I like a nice kind of rich shoyu flavour. However, the star of the show here is this nice fatty cut of pork, which is so succulent and magical. I feel like I could write a song about how much I like this pork. That is the star of the show. That is the reason I would order this again.
Do you think you can actually eat both?
If I don't drink the soup, watch and see, buddy.
Let's see what you can do.
I get drunk off ramen.
The last stop on our trip is another warm dish that's particularly popular in the winter months and has its roots in Sapporo. It'd be a crime to come to Hokkaido without trying soup curry.
So on a cold winter's day such as this, there's one dish that you need when you're in Hokkaido, and that is curry soup. You probably know that in Japan, curry is really popular. There's kind of thick curry that goes with rice, and usually you get pork. But in Hokkaido, they have a soup, and I'm gonna let Chris take over because he's just been speaking to the shop owner, and he's an expert on curry soup now. So Chris, tell us about curry soup.
I was talking to the owner, the lady of this restaurant, and she said the main difference between soup curry and regular curry in Japan is that, first of all, they don't use flour in this soup curry. So the taste is very light. It's very easy to go down. But this wasn't very something that is way in the past. This was something that started 40 years ago, around, give or take, and it was in Sapporo first. There was one store that became really popular, and then soup curry from then just kind of blew up in all of Hokkaido. Just like Chris said, it's basically, it's very cold here, so soup curry kind of fits the environment very well.
But while you were speaking to the shop owner about the history of curry and learning it quickly for this piece, something happened to half of your sausage.
Dude, what are you doing? You wanted my sausage that bad? Dude, I didn't even see my sausage half gone.
I didn't get a sausage on my one, so I had to
You got
look
renko
elsewhere.
instead, man.
I got chicken and root vegetables, which is great, but it's not sausage, is it? So, yeah, enjoy the rest of your sausage.
Thank you, buddy.
Good job
Appreciate it.
for explaining the food.
Appreciate it.
So Chris prefers normal curry. I actually prefer this because it's much lighter, and when I have normal curry, I feel really tired afterwards because it's really thick, whereas this is something you could kind of just drink every day. But it's quite hard to find on the mainland, so probably won't be drinking it or having it that often, unfortunately. We're actually in a really nice restaurant though. We were driving through the middle of nowhere between a hot spring resort and Hakodate, and we pulled out Google, typed in curry soup, and we found this place in a kind of remote town. And we're in the, it's almost like a basement, I guess, isn't it? Filled with lots of antiques and run by this middle-aged couple, and feels like a film set out of a Kill Bill movie or something. Feels like something terrible is about to go down, especially as we're the only customers at the moment.
A little bit different feel what I'm getting, but okay, bud.
Yeah, I'm drunk on curry soup at the moment.
I got more of a log cabin feel to it.
Yeah, well, it's probably it's probably a better description than mine.
Whether you're planning on visiting Hokkaido's vibrant capital city of Sapporo, driving across the island, or diving into Noboribetsu Hot Spring Resort, we hope this 3-part Hokkaido series will be useful to you on your travels. And whilst this is the end of the series, I hope to return again in a warmer season and of course invest my life savings in a Yubari melon. But for now though guys, if you've enjoyed this series, please be sure to like the video, and as always, many thanks for joining us on our journey. We'll see you next time.